Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you first year students? I hope you all are fine. Dear students, today we are going to start chapter number 6, Fluid Dynamics. So first of all, we will discuss what is the meaning of fluid. Always remember, the substances, the things which have the tendency of flowing are called fluids. In fluids, we will take liquids and gases. Okay, liquids and gases are the substances which have the tendency to flow. So that's why they are known as fluids. And dynamics. Second word here is dynamic. And dynamic relates to the motion. So we can say about dynamic. The study of fluid in motion is known as fluid dynamics. Okay, so this is the concept of the title of the chapter, Fluid Dynamic. Now, the first topic of chapter number 6 is viscous drag and Stokes law. So in this topic, first word is viscous. Always remember, this viscous is related to viscosity. And what is viscosity? The frictional effect between the layers of a fluid is known as viscosity. Okay. While second word is drag. Drag is from dragging. Dragging is relevant to some resistance. For example, we can say that if an object is moving through a fluid, it experiences a retarding force which is known as drag force. After discussing these two terms, viscosity and drag force, we will move forward Stokes law. So first of all, we will discuss about viscous drag force. These are two important definitions: viscosity and drag force. The frictional effect between different layers of a flowing fluid is described in terms of viscosity. So this is the definition of viscosity. So how can we define viscosity of fluid? Yes, the internal resistance to the flow of fluid is known as viscosity, or in other words you can say the frictional effect between the layers of a fluid is known as viscosity. So this is important short question. You have to learn viscosity definition, what is viscosity, and after that you have to write its units. So we will discuss units at the end of this topic, and you have learned about viscosity formula in chapter number 1, exercise short questions, right? So in further explanation, we can say that viscosity measures which things viscosity measure. Always remember, it measures how much force is required to slide one layer of the liquid over another layer. As we know, there are different layers of fluids when it is flowing through any medium. So it measures how much force is required. Clear it? Substances do not flow easily, such as thick tar and honey, because they are thick, they are viscous as compared to water. So they have large coefficient of viscosity. Okay, they have large coefficient of viscosity, MCQ, usually denoted by Greek letter eta. So viscosity, what is the representation of viscosity? Remember it is, this is represented by Greek letter. Which letter? Greek letter, and represented eta, written as eta. Substances which flow easily like water have small coefficient of viscosity, while thick have large value of viscosity. A force is required if an object is to be moved through them. Even the small viscosity of air viscosity is small, but it causes a large retarding force on a car as it travels at high speed. This is common observation. जब कभी आपने गाड़ी से अपना हाथ जो है विंडो से बाहर रखा होगा और गाड़ी जो है वो स्पीड के साथ जा रही है, आप देखते हैं कि आपके हाथ पर फोर्स लगती है, यानी एयर जो है वो आपके हाथ को बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन में पुश करती है, तो ये क्या है, ये रिटार्डिंग फोर्स है। और अगर हम नॉर्मल कंडीशन में खड़े होते हैं तो आपको अपने हैंड पर या बॉडी पर कोई फोर्स एक्सर्ट होती फील नहीं होती, लेकिन वही फोर्स जब किसी ऑब्जेक्ट की स्पीड बढ़ जाती है तो वो फोर्स जो इतनी ज़्यादा बढ़ जाती है कि आप अपने हाथ को गाड़ी से बाहर ज़्यादा देर तक ओरिजिनल कंडीशन में यानी बिल्कुल स्ट्रेट वे में आप उसको नहीं रख सकते, वो बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन में पुश होगा। ये क्या होगी, रिटार्डिंग फोर्स है। और ये किसकी है, ये एयर की है। तो उसके बारे में कह रहे हैं, इवन द स्मॉल विस्कोसिटी ऑफ द एयर causes a large retarding force on a car as it travels at high speed. If you stick out your hand out of the window of a fast moving car. It's okay first year. I hope so you have understand the meaning of these concepts. You can easily recognize that considerable force has to be exerted on your hand to move it through the air. So these are typical examples of the following fact. Fact is here, important definition of drag force. An object moving through a fluid experiences a retarding force is called drag force. While the drag force increases as the speed of the object increases, they have direct relation. Important MCQ. Even in the simplest cases, the exact value of the drag force is difficult to calculate. However, the case of a sphere moving through a fluid is of great importance. Sphere means like a droplet. Maybe it is a droplet of a fog, any water droplet. The drag force F on a sphere of radius r moving slowly, having radius r, moving slowly with a speed v through a fluid of viscosity eta is given by Stokes law. The derivation of Stokes law is not given in our syllabus, but we have to learn directly the formula of the Stokes law. According to Stokes law, force is equal to 6 pi eta rv. This is according to Stokes law. Okay, as you know, according to Newton's second law, force is equal to ma. While according to Coulombic force, force is equal to, yes, k q1 q2 over r square. While according to gravitational law, force of gravitation, force is equal to, yes, you can tell, g m1 m2 over r square. So there is another law that is known as Stokes law. So according to Stokes law, force is equal to 6 pi eta rv. Here 6 pi is constant, eta is coefficient of viscosity, r is the radius of the sphere, and v is the speed through which it is moving through any fluid, just like from water or air. So at high speed, the force is no longer simply proportional to speed. Topic number 6.2, terminal velocity. So remember it. What is terminal velocity? Listen attentively. It is important a type of velocity. According to this velocity, when a droplet moving down with a constant velocity that is equal to its weight, for example, you can say that if we have taken a droplet and it is moving with velocity in downward direction, when the weight of droplet becomes equal to its dragging force, then the droplet move with a constant velocity. This is known as terminal velocity. So I am repeating the definition again. Listen me attentively. The velocity with which the droplet moving downward, and when the weight of droplet becomes equal to its dragging force means, understand, the opposing force, retarding force, then this constant velocity with which the droplet is moving downward direction is known as terminal velocity. According to this terminal velocity, so the net force that is applying on the object, on the droplet that is moving in downward direction, is its weight in downward direction and dragging force in upward direction. So net force is written as weight minus drag force. Okay, and last topic we have defined drag force and weight. Weight is equal to mg. We know very well about weight. So to find the terminal velocity, it is written as Vt, V capital and T in subscript, terminal velocity. So to find the terminal velocity by using Stokes' law, we can say that the dragging force and weight both are equal to each other. Equating it to weight of the drop, we have W is equal to 6 pi eta r Vt, and W is equal to mg. And force, according to Stokes' law, F is equal to 6 pi eta r Vt. From this equation, we can write Vt, that this terminal velocity is equal to mg, and 6 pi eta r on right hand side. When change its side, they goes in denominator. So terminal velocity formula is now Vt is equal to mg over 6 pi eta r. As we are discussing about this sphere, about the droplet that is in the form of a sphere. So the mass of the droplet is equal to rho v. As you know, density is equal to mass per unit volume, and mass is this mass. Mass is equal to density multiplied by volume. These two terms. And density in case of liquids is written by rho. In place of d, it is written by rho. You have learned about it in 9th class. So the mass of the droplet is rho v, and volume of this sphere, droplet in the form of a sphere, is 4 over 3 pi r cube. This formula, learn this formula. This is basic formula to calculate volume of any sphere. Substituting the value of volume 4 over 3 pi r cube in the above equation, we get, first of all, you have to put the value of volume in here, where m is equal to rho v. M is equal to rho 4 over 3 pi r cube. So this is the value of m. After putting the value of m, that is rho as it is, and in place of this volume, this is volume, okay, not speed. In this topic, speed is represented by small v and volume is represented by capital V. So first of all, you have to put the value of volume in rho v, right? And after that, mass value is put in equation number 6.31. After putting the value of volume, terminal velocity is 2g r square rho over 9 eta. This is the final calculation of terminal velocity. First here, I am repeating again. F is equal to 6 pi eta r Vt. F is equal to W. W is equal to mg. First step, this one. This is equation number 1. And here, after terminal velocity, we have rearranged this equation. And mass is equal to rho v. This is volume. You have put the value of volume here, okay, and after put the value of mass in first equation. Then finally you will calculate this final equation. Listen the lecture video attentively, and after listening and learning this topic, try to solve example number 6.1. Fi amanillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.